Stay seeking, and I'm back with another video. Mm, I just finished eating me some smothered potatoes, and we just sitting here with all the chaos that's going on. It's definitely some riot energy here. Okay, this is about like these men or whatever. I don't know what they is trying to get some kind of revenge on God, the feminine energy that's the most powerful motherfucker on the planet right now. But the funny thing is, we're gonna do a couple little shorts here real quick. The thing about is the men gathered around God, this energy, the living God energy, the Messiah. They sat at my feet for about a year or something like this. Twin flames, just disciples, whatever, energetically. Okay. They didn't like the fact that I guess some of these things that they was doing are hurting my feelings, love bombing and stuff like this didn't work. So they brought foreign women in. It's just the way it is. They brought foreign whips in. They bragging about being with them. This is how the angels fell. This is how the Nephilim fell. This is how I know these people ain't stars for real. Okay. So they just buying their way into positions. So, I mean, there's nothing new under the sun and there's nothing new under God. It's the same thing. We did a video in deep video about what they've done with American women all throughout the centuries here, okay? By bringing in these foreign witches and demons and warlocks and sorceresses and things like this, and then they play the victim. Oh, look what they did to witches. Oh, look what they did to these people. They burned them. It's the only way to cleanse the planet of, I mean, and again, the sooner people find out about it, the better. I mean, it's just, it just is what it is. Um, you had all them people die from COVID, but a lot of you people is the people that's walking around here with no souls. Oh my goodness. Besides the one that they took over there to my islands off New York and burned them. So they bring these foreign women over here. They bring them in around to the house. They put the third parties on the women, organ harvest, traffic, rape, poke, prod, donate the children and the woman to science. They probe to aliens and anything else that's on this planet. They probe them. They harm the American women, which are normally meek, beautiful people on the inside out. God knows his own, or I know my own. Okay. They give these women some type of authority of these women. Now in 2023, you have to, I mean, this is not like back in the days when, it was little things like they'll cut the clitoris off of the women and the children, do mutilating things to them. Today, you might wake up missing a kidney, or you might wake up, pregnant, or you might wake up without your uterus. It's not and it's about these people ruling as children, or these people that are not a people. That's what we're dealing with right now. So the fallen angels, they know how to manipulate, get this. They could be hierophants in this day, and they know how to steal, kill, rob, and sneak off and get themselves into a hiding place. Because again, if I was going for redemption or divine retribution, that'd be the first place that I would start. I wouldn't riot and go towards the government. I'll go straight towards those people and dig them out from wherever holes they in, and make sure that that's what the case is. Mm, you see, there's nothing new under the sun. And so now we're dealing with the remnant of Israel in these days. And it just proves that the people that been amongst you all this time, they got the same color skin, is the most vicious ones of all. Crabs in a barrel. They didn't want to see a black queen. They didn't want to see a a brown skin, dark skin, somebody that has the bloodline. They didn't want, these are people that like, oh, we want our stuff back, or we want to make it right. But you mean the royals can't? Again, just because I might be of a dying breed, that mean that you don't want me to sit on my throne? Because you mad because you're not sitting on it? So you want my throne, you want my home, you want the man that's in it, you want my children, you want to come on my land, you don't want to take off your shoes or wipe off your dirty ass feet. You don't want to follow the rules when you come here. And then when we talk about ICE, then I'm racist. You understand? It's because these people gonna learn a hard lesson. They didn't like a female standing in in her power, being clowned or whatever by the whole world behind the scenes and still holding her head up high, still telling it like it Ti is. They didn't like that. They didn't like that. Now, again, I'm saying mental illness, they would have to arrest thousands and thousands and thousands of tarot readers. You know what I'm saying? Prophesying, like I'm doing in my home right now, which I know they got cameras and they got something listening devices, and me telling Taurus that I had a dream, that maybe this is why I had a dream if he's involved with this, that I had a dream that some people was going to catch him and kill him. It's almost like these girls are trying to pay homage to either a masculine energy or me. And it's almost like God is like, I never asked you for those burnt offerings. But then again, did a God have to get to that point? Because the girls that's going after these men, they don't want the man. They want me. They want America. They want the American goddess. They want Asterith. They want that. So I feel bad for these men thinking that these women love them, so they turn their back. They got led away. Yeah, and it's funny in the Bible, I don't think they say silly men got led away from their house. No, they said silly women got led away from their homes. But in all actuality, it was the men. It was the men. Eve ate that apple all along. It was the men. And it's too late to turn back and tell you that the church has misled you. It's too much of a strong, now the churches probably want to just go ahead and admit their sins, or that they didn't know, or some of these pastors got really pissed off about what I was saying, and they are part of these group of men that have been lying on me, maybe even lying on me, right? Doing this with this fentanyl with these women, trafficking women, um, using brainwashing on American women, using mind control, um, also using, we already know about this. It's not, we can't blame the whole thing on these people, but again, some of you have been mind controlled to be sex beta kittens. A lot of these women in Hollywood, they signed up for this. They got the money, the gifts, the cars, the fame, and everything like this. So they got some kind of glory for a minute before they realized what kind of shit they was in, right? And they maybe got sent off to go do what they was doing with these leaders and shit like this. But those of us that were staying in our houses just doing normal things, now they just brought it to your home. Somebody thinking they're going to get some kind of control when everybody is being controlled. Anybody can stand in front of your face with a camera and smile real pleasantly and talk real softly and be the biggest devil of all. Like I am Sonia Ilaneskis or whatever her name is. Which is probably just a clone of Sharon Olsen that made the lilies in the Book of Solomon, which is a demon or a fallen angel, which was be my stepmother in this lifetime, or Gabriel Pitts, which would be my great uncle's girlfriend or baby mama at one point in time in the past. That it just so happens that I think it's Harry that looks just like her daughter, Lisa, Annalisa. I just don't understand why they tried to fake flex in my face like I couldn't see the side of them that they were going to show me later on. And I still showed them love. Right? A lot of these people, when they rejected the cornerstone, a lot of people don't feel like, they don't realize that God is an energy that probably had feelings too. And that it's not really God that reject the people, is the people that reject you as a God, a real one. So yeah. And then these women end up with the wealth, and they end up these foreign women or foreign whips or cars or vassals end up with the American woman's children. The American women end up raising their children. They end up fooling these men, okay, with this trickery in their wanton eyes or their surveillance cameras against their wives or whatever they're doing, or their rape videos. You know, a lot of people are romanticizing this twin flame thing, like some of these people, these women are not being raped in their homes. This was the agenda of these African women and these Mexican women that I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you what I told you now. If you're not one of these, then you're not one of them. But there are these that are professional, trained Black widow killers. They're gonna, because you hated the Messiah so much, because I was just coming on here offering you the good word that source had me. I wasn't opening up my whole life to you. I didn't sign up to be a real housewife. I was just giving you guys the information that source gave me. But you thought that I was trying to be like I'm all that, or that my shit don't stink. And that wasn't the case. So these people really wanted to see for themselves. So they sought out husbands. This is not just my household that these particular things are happening. It's bigger than that for I feel like it's bigger than that for somebody like a Messiah or God energy, because this is what their job is. They're, once you admit it, that's why I said something about to admit it is something to perish. But I'm not me, so not this time. So because they're gonna find a way. It's not because you're just gonna shrivel up and die. No, because these people are gonna find a way to try to show the world that that's not what you are. Even though God then came and sat you somewhere on a pedestal and told you, "Sit here, my child. Don't you fret. I've seen everything that you done as well. I know the things that I had you do as well is heal these sick people, right? That were gonna come against you, right? So that could have been the whole energy of love thy enemy. Excuse me. You wouldn't have known that they, I didn't know that they was my enemies at the time when I was loving them or loving on them. No. Because the only trauma you guys see, and you seem to, because you sit in your emotions, you're not thinking, is when somebody's dragging a woman to go do this and that, and raping her on the street in the middle behind some bushes or something. But these same women will participate in trying to get keys to other women's homes and send men into their homes on them and their daughters. And then when you say, well, these people shall die, it's a problem. It's a prophecy. Me prophesying to Taurus that I had a dream that one of these twin flames, and it, excuse me, it might very well have been him, was going to get ripped apart at the seams. Some of these people already knew this was going to happen. They signed up for it. And they sat in your house, okay? Whether you paying the mortgage or they paying the mortgage, it don't really matter, because somebody going to say, well, that's why you should pay your own bills and you should, no, 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 no. See, only people that say that, they haven't been in a 30-year marriage, right? Only people that say that is that they don't know the real, they may able to be able to see or oversee it, but they're not living it. That's why they won't be the leaders. That's why these thrones that they're trying to appoint themselves and place themselves on are not going to last. That's why there's no stone going to be unturned. It wasn't because God was saying, I'm just going to be bossy. No, it's a certain blueprint, it's a certain structure, it's a certain way that things have to happen. Now, again, mind you, a lot of these people are on this earth. They could have been so-called African American, or black or dark skinned Indians in 1999, and today you may run into this person, and they, because again, the dead were not burying their dead, they were just doing something else more sinister. And so again, some of these people come back, after they come back the same way 2 or 3 times, then they come back as something else. And I don't know why we're acting like this is such a surprise, because when we just reading that stuff about when we're reading that stuff in the Bible about the people being blind, they laughing because they think I'm blind to their antics, but it's just I'm over that, right? I'm over that, so I can't really see. It's not even trying to be like all that. I'm just saying, so my energy can't gravitate towards that type of thing. Okay, so it's kind of like I done lost my train of thought because we just talking, we just freestyling. Damn, I was making a point. I don't know. I can't remember. But again, it's all about uh ruin. Okay, it's all about convincing the people to tear down their nation. It's about everybody saying, "Oh, them Jews in the industry, them Jews in the industries, and the Jews that maybe having some type of um elements or trauma they own self from things of the past." You know, and realizing that it might be again this germ man, the germ mans that could have been doing all this stuff, pulling the strings the whole time behind the scenes. The swarthy Germans that put on my ancestors' tobacco leaf skirts and hid themselves amongst the so-called American Indians, and I can still point them out, and you thought I was being prejudiced. No, I was stating something that's a prophecy. So if somebody can get life imprisonment for speaking a prophecy or having a gift to show things or insight, first of all, you would have to make me believe that that thing that you're holding up over me and saying that is God, that these people are insane already because of somebody's works or their acts. That would already let you know this not. So it's just like I said, this is little kid stuff. This is envious, jealous people. They may have more than you. They may be more beautiful than you. They may be able to do whatever they want to do, right? But they can't obtain that light, that little tiny speck of light that's inside of you. So they're trying to find ways to destroy the nation from within. But when we talk about phenotypes, I think that's what I was about to say. I'm not trying to be hateful or mean or anything or vindictive or anything. I'm just stating things that, you know, if some of us don't make it to break these chains officially this time, not just being told that that was what's going to happen, and then these people are sitting there with like fat cats and rats, and you ended up with nothing or Nathan. It's just a thing, y'all. Again, I feel like I've been had a blockage around me, so these people might have known this shit already all my whole life. But I think that's what I was saying. But again, like I said, anybody that would sit there and be married or fake like they are or something like this, okay? What woman or man or real human being or person would see somebody do something so wicked as to try to publicly or nationally or worldwide? You have to have something more in your heart. You got to have jealousy about the anointing on my life to even do that. And there got to be a real anointing for me not to even get hysterical and want to kill myself or something like that because some people didn't do some shit towards me. That's why I teach y'all and tell y'all so much about making other people take the blame. Now, you don't have to do the same thing that they did to you. But again, people need to be held accountable for things that they do onto people. You know, we can't just keep saying that it is the person's fault. That we can't keep turning the person into a second victim. for speaking the truth about these matters. But yeah, a lot of these entities, and especially some of these tarot readers and other people in this world, are already dead. So the second death won't be that bad. They're already dead. They're supposed to be dead. So you can't charge me or nobody else for the murder of a demonic energy that is trying to come in somebody's house and kill them and kill their whole family, and you end up killing it first. See? That's self-defense. You see? That's like when police ain't doing their jobs. Whether we talking about citizen so-called arrest or citizen, like people that probably do tarot readings and do other stuff like this too, or report on certain things. You know? What a day, what a day. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So they wanted to make it seem like, somebody like I or you, if you're watching this video and you feel this, are the ones that are blind and have lack of knowledge, but in all actuality, they are. There's some things you will be blinded by that these people do, and some of these things, more than likely, they're going to be blinded by you for standing up and speaking the truth. That's when the real healing begins, my friends. That's when the real healing begins. By being honest, right? Especially after some of us have been able to be given this gift. Why would I participate in some low vibing energy from past times, right? But again, like I said, people have to understand too that there's living gods on this planet, and they were supposed to meet with certain people. And I don't think, and I feel like, you know, a lot of these men are breaking their vows with these women that they're getting this information from or whatever behind the scenes, anyways. But, you know, some of them may not be. But again, I feel like some of these women are gonna wish that the men would have just done something like that. Then some of these crimes, treasonous crimes that these men have done against some of these royal women or some of these just American women or these special or, purebred type of energies here. There's a lot going on. The thing to do about it was to deport these people or find, because it's nonsense to say that you're gonna allow somebody to come up in your house and start flipping stuff around, painting your walls. You didn't even invite the person in. They just bogart their way in and they just start moving their stuff into your home or your apartment or something. You'll be looking at somebody like, what the, right? But I feel bad for these men, guys, because I feel like they're getting hit harder than anything nowadays. And a lot of them were very haughty and very stern and mean and ugly at some point in time when they were dealing with these feminine energies here that some of you got, left for. Let's just keep it real. Sometimes people leave people because they want to leave people, and sometimes it's a forced effort of a cult or a coven that is dealing in underground dealings, and they have been fooling many people. So what makes you think that these people, if they want to be saved, or these people, if they want to be preserved, or these people should not get a fair chance or a fair trial or a fair chance to speak their truth? Like Ruth, and that's why they sent her away, but not today. Joseph was telling the truth. What did they do? His own, what did it say in that Bible? Did it say his teacher down the street? Did he say his next door neighbor? What they said? You see what I'm saying? The own people. But there's some things in all bloodlines that needs to be cleansed. And the only way to do it is to get to the root of it and try to get as much truth as possible. Get down to the bare minimum. Go back to the beginning. Look, search the middle and the ends. Mm, mm, mm. Another thing these foreign women do, or these women, or these entities that they bring in, they try to consume your identity. They want to look like you, talk like you, dress like you, and then talk dog trash about you. But the whole time they're trying to be like you or just like you. I feel like that's to give also a couple little things that could be seen that could be kind of off the wall. Yeah, even saying that off the wall. So I could have had somebody pinned to a wall. Or excuse me. Mm, 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 mm. So again, ruling like children. That mean like if somebody feel like they wronged you or something like this, they're not gonna come to you. These kind of so-called narcissistic energies, they're not gonna come to you and do all that apology. Woo, 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 woo. We in a day where we're watching people do a whole full child sacrifice. I saw something about the baby bear or bear ritual. And Joe Rogan, it been some clips that been coming up. I don't know how old they are or anything about elephants or I mean not elephants, but about bears, right? And I know y'all seen that whole ritual with Krishan and them. That shit was out of order because it was just out of order. Mm, 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 mm. I'm seeing the lovers card in like a card with a so-called divine feminine on it, but I feel like that's not what's there though. Mm, 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 mm. Well, guys, I don't know. I just took a nap like not too long ago, but I feel like I'm dozing off again or something like this. And um I'm probably gonna go get off of this. But I feel like, sometimes I get off track a little bit. But hopefully there's some key pointers in there to help somebody, conquer demons or conquer something here. It's like teamwork or something. So there, because I'm hearing, Lord, don't let me be misunderstood. Somebody could be saying that here. That could also be a spell work. Okay. This Johnson name is very heavy right now. And it's funny that they were one of the makers of one of the antidotes. Changes everything. Mm. I'm hearing that. I'm gonna take my to the old time road until I can't no more. So again, I don't know, y'all. So again, a lot of these fallen ones or the ones that step aside or whatever, okay? Because I think there's three ways to be like castrated, okay? Somebody might think that somebody is too soft as well. Somebody might see somebody's like I'm seeing more so a spouse as like a puny man or something. Somebody could be saying because it says that in the Bible. Something about the puny man. Okay. Now, little short, shriveled little. But I don't think that that's what we're talking about. You get what I'm saying? Hold on.